Good evening, or welcome, welcome to the stream. We are still waiting on one player. If anybody happens to have spotted a wild Daniel in a bar in Pennsylvania, please send him home because he's supposed to be playing in tonight's game. Um, but I have players in my ears. They won't be in your ears. They're in my ears. I didn't advertise this on the channel as a public game, so that the players are playing privately. I'm running this publicly, so the whole point of this is for you lot in chat to take the piss out of me doing something, doing something unusual, because for this stream, I'm going to be running a game of D&D, AD&D, which of course I do, but I'm going to be running. Where is it? Where, Dun, dun, dun. Where have I put it? Oh, it's gone. It's disappeared. It's disappeared. Yeah, I'm going to make it up. There we are. Oh, there we are. There we are. I'm going to be running Dungeon Module S3 Expedition to the Barrier Peaks. Now, there may be times during this stream where it all goes a little bit quiet. And that means it's because the players are talking. And while they're doing that, I might be chatting to you in chat. So I have forewarned them that I might be chatting to you at times. Oh, Halakar, Halakar. Well done, you, Halakar, you star, Halakar. So, Janet from another planet. How apt that is, seeing as who's arrived. Daniel, you're finally here. Daniel, have you got your character sheet? And have you got any questions about it? And have you chosen your spells yet? It's in the channel I set up for Barrier Peaks. So I did actually, about 5 minutes ago, Daniel, I said, has anybody seen him? He's probably in a Pennsylvania bar somewhere. Send him home. He's got a game to play. Yeah, what a shock. What a shock. Right. No, you're playing the cleric. You chose the cleric, which means you've got to choose spells. I hope you've got a player's handbook, first edition player's handbook. Get your spells chosen. You don't need to tell me what you've chosen. I have listed on the sheet how many spells at what level you get. So the name of the character is entirely up to you. It's entirely up to you. The players I do have in this game, Straw Piglet is playing Deinonychus, who is a dwarven fighter. Iman is playing Robin, who is a human thief. Andy is playing Grenville, who is a human magic user. And Dan is playing an as yet unnamed human cleric. Give me a name off the top of your head, Dan. What was that? Cathcart. Hathcock. Hathcock. Okay, Hathcock. Named after a Vietnam sniper. So there we go. Hathcock. But Brian has suggested catheter cart. So and TN Tory reckons he should have been called Bob. Every game has a character called Bob. So while you're picking your spells, I'm going to read the background. I'm going to try and play this adventure as close to how it's written as I can. With one little caveat. I'm not going to be running with pure AD&D rules because they can get a little bit clunky in combat. I'm going to use OSE's rules, which means you declare if you're disengaging from combat or you declare a spell before initiative is rolled. Then you take it in turns to do movement, missiles, spells, melee. And the other side does the same. Now, one key thing here is that there's one character in the party who can effectively ignore initiative, and that is the dwarf. Because you'll be ignoring initiative on the first round of every combat, because you got 3 attacks every 2 rounds. So on the first round of combat, you will go first and last. Yeah. First, third, fifth, you will go first and last. So that's your little bonus there. Everybody else has got one thing they can do per round. A round is a minute, so they're quite long. So I'm quite flexible with what you can achieve in a round if you want, and I don't abide by the 10-foot and the 10-foot step rule that AD&D has. If you don't understand it, I won't go into it. There's no need. This adventure is somewhat different to the typical AD&D adventure. I do want you to all focus on the fact that you are medieval fantasy characters, so things might be a little strange. And I'm interested to see how you all go about this. We're also playing entirely theatre of the mind, chat. So the players can keep a map if they want to, but it'll be on personal bits of paper. Which we'll have some fun with. Right. Just let me start with the... Oh, someone wants to join the room. Who's someone? Here's Halfcock. Do I deny entry to Halfcock? As you can see, we have Owlbear Rodeo for dice rolling. You will see in chat, you will all see the rolls. I'm going to minimize. Actually, I'm going to have to shrink the screen a little for that. So I've got. Well, that would be handy. Would be handy, but I have kept the sheets very simple, so you could. Good man, good man. Right, I'm going to read the standard module introduction for you guys and for chat. I'm not going to précis it. I'm going to read it as it reads in the book to give an idea of what everybody knows what's going on. If you're not familiar with the location, it is the Grand Duchy of Jeff in Greyhawk, which is on the west of the Greyhawk continent, just to the southeast of the Barrier Peaks. It's a frontier kingdom. The Grand Duchy of Jeff has recently been plagued by a rash of unusually weird and terrible monsters of unknown sort. The western area, particularly the mountain fastness which separates the Grand Duchy from the dry steppes, has long been renowned for the generation of the most fearsome beasts, and it has been shunned accordingly. Save for a handful of hardy souls with exceptional abilities and sufficient wealth to build stout strongholds to ward off the attacks of the predatory creatures infesting the rugged lands thereabout. Within the last few months, however, a walled town not too far distant from the area, and 4 small fortresses as well, were destroyed by mysterious attacks. The remaining barons and lords have been preserved in brine. Several have preserved in brine several partially decomposed corpses found on or near the sites of the ravaging. While these strange bodies are assumed to have belonged to the forces which were responsible for the destruction, the remains were too far gone to learn anything other than they were creatures heretofore unknown to even the wisest sages of Jeff. The urgent plea for aid which accompanied these gruesome corpses could not be ignored, and the Grand Duchy acted immediately, choosing several of his doughtiest henchmen to lead the expedition. He called upon the other powers of the state to likewise furnish their minions for the expedition as well. Thus, the Society of the Magi Vestra the Fellowship of the Blinding Light, the Magsman's Brotherhood, and the High Lord of Elvendom at Hockolv also selected the bravest of adventurers and equipped them accordingly to accompany the expedition as their representatives. A total of, says here in the module 15, we have 4 players. This ought to be fun. This ought to be fun. Yeah. A total of 15 have assembled beneath the pennant turrets of the Grand Duke's mighty castle near Gorna. If anybody else does want to join in, you can do so. You can do so. There it was learned that several unconfirmed reports have related that monsters have been disgorged from a gated cave at random intervals. The entrance to this place is high upon a rocky face and sheathed in armor. This protection has purportedly frustrated all attempts to explore the space beyond the metal valve, although several search parties have entirely disappeared. So it's possible they entered but never returned. Your expedition must find exactly what this cave is, what is causing the monsters to come forth, who is responsible, and how to prevent further incursions. In addition, any other information regarding this mysterious locale, its strange denizens, magical devices, or unusual weaponry is highly desirable. His High Radiance, Owen III, has assured all of the concerned parties that whatever information is gained will be given to all, and wealth found will be shared according to the contribution each individual or representative group makes to the overall success of the expedition. If necessary, the Grand Duke has vowed, it is fair, if necessary, the Grand Duke has vowed to send forth an army to lay waste the offending place and extinguish every living thing therein. Should your expedition not meet with total success, this step will be considered. But His High Radiance personally doubts such extreme measures will be required, considering the strength of the expedition and your ability and the ability of its members. The Grand Duke feels assured that you will certainly locate the person or thing responsible for the troubles plaguing Jeff and eliminate him, her, or it from the place of the land. No, Jeb, I'm not going to make them play 4 each. Your party set forth from Gorna a sennight ago. A sennight is a week. And for the past 2 days, have been climbing higher into the crags of the barrier peaks. Last night was spent in the keep of the only baron remaining in the area, and he was fulsome glad for your company. This morning, as the eastern horizon turned from pearl grey to rosy pink, a score of the baron's retainers guided the expedition towards the unknown area. It is now afternoon, and you have set up camp in a hidden dell, but a few bow shots from the strange entrance. The men-at-arms have been detailed to guard the supplies and mounts at the camp while you go onward immediately. They will await your return for 4 full days before returning to the keep. Gathering your personal gear, you are now climbing the steep slope of the dell's north side, passing the rim and forcing your way through a dense growth of trees and undergrowth. There, across a field and beyond a rocky rise, awaits adventure. Okay, chaps. So, having climbed this rocky slope and crested the oh, of course, you do. Yes, I do apologize. Chat, you need them. Chat, I have given them a list of spell scrolls and potions for them to divvy up. I would like you players to do that beforehand. Should be enough for a few each, because I did enough to have 2 or 3 each for a party of 7. So if you'd like to discuss amongst yourselves what you should have, or just roll dice for it, or whatever. It's in the Barrier Pigs chat, yes. Yeah. So for YouTube chat, they've got pre-generated characters. I've given them each 3 or 4 permanent magic items of suitable capability, and I've done a list of 14, 15 disposable magic items, and this is what they are. They're going to choose between themselves. So, am I using spell components? I'm keeping it simple for the purpose of this because we're going theatre of the mind, trying to run it nice and smoothly, and the sessions aren't going to be that long. So, Andy's playing the mage, and I'm trusting him to run the spells, to understand his spells. Who's controlling the other 11 are waiting outside. That's what the other 11 are doing. They're waiting outside. If a piece. Yes, yes. No one else can use them because no one's playing the fighter magic use I made. Mm-hmm. It is, yes, yes, yes. You will understand how to use your staff of striking. I'll just give you the details now. Yes, Daniel's cleric has a staff of striking with 15 charges. Hey. Right. General. Well, superheroism potion can only be used by fighters and boost your level temporarily. Right, staff of striking, Dan, is a +3 magic weapon. It's a staff +3, but obviously it's a two-handed weapon. If you score a hit with it, it does if one charge is expended, it does 1d6 +3 damage. If two charges are expended, it does 1d6 +6. If three charges are expended, it does 1d6 +9. That's all right. I mean, we are running first edition AD&D, so it's your AD&D player's handbook you'll need for spells. Okay. Okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Straw thinks he's going to be busy fighting all the time. So I'm talking to chat, not to you guys. Right. Just for the... I know you're always talking to me. You're always talking to me. Remember, I am omnipotent. Okay. In case you're not familiar, then chat. And everyone, the expedition has just topped the rise and gained your first view of this odd cave. I've posted a picture in Discord for the players, and for chat, Halakar, I need to remove that. There we go. That is what they see. Oi. That is what they see. Okay. This is a tall, rocky outcropping. At the foot of the outcropping is a very large, what appears to be metallic door set towards the back of the cave. There is a slope, a steep, rocky slope leading up the outcropping to a smaller door, about 100 feet up from the lower one. Whoops, accidentally dropped out of the stream then. Whoopsie daisy. Whoopsie, whoopsie, whoopsie daisy. Yeah, I'm back. I'm back. This is what happens when I mean, it'll be an arduous climb, but it looks solid. It looks solid. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay. No worries. No worries. So, party. You've seen the picture. You've heard the description. Off you go. What was that? Sorry, Iman? Yeah. Okay. Right. So you have got the men at arms with you. They say they will wait here for 4 days. Yeah. What armor you is plate mail and shield, and yeah, so your movement is 6. Oh, magical splint. Okay, your movement will be 9 then. Okay. So clearly intent on... Yes. So Deinonychus is striding off up the hill. And from the sound of the way Straw put that, he seems quite confident about the idea of striding off up the hill. What are the other three of you doing? It does. It does. Looks like it. The dwarf is still striding up there. He's now probably climbed halfway, about 50 feet of the 100-foot climb. While the other three of you are observing the shininess of this rock face, the glint, the gleam that it's giving off. Okay, as the other three of you are most generally more lightly armed and armored, and the dwarf has quite small but sturdy legs, you are with larger strides. You are able to catch him up fairly quickly, um, and you reach the top of the climb together. As you reach the top, there's a sound, and that's what you thought looked like a window is a small door which has just slid open by itself. Okay, you peep in. You peep in, and you see it's dark. But beyond the metallic outer door that has just opened in welcome to you is there's enough sun to reveal a metallic passage. The floor is a little dirty, somewhat tainted, so there's some detritus on it, and inside there's a second door, identical to the one that just opened for you. It does look metallic to you. It doesn't resemble any metal that you've mined, though. It remains closed. Okay, so you it's closed. There is not. But as Robin steps forward to examine it, the, the the last of your party members moves into the passageway, and the outer door, you hear this pshunk behind. Outer door, the outer, the, the outer door closes. At which point, the inner one now goes psh and opens. But you are unable to see in here, as the outer door closing has closed off all sunlight. You have infravision, which allows you to see heat signatures. It's not the same as night vision. But scanning the area ahead of you with your dwarven infravision, you do not notice any heat signatures. Everything appears to be an ambient temperature. Okay, so Robin lights his bullseye lantern, and the sight inside is an odd one. Whoever mined or cut these rooms into this rock must have been a very, very skilled artisan, as the walls are very slick. There's no signs of any chiseling into the stone, but a little further examination, and you realize they're not stone. They too are metal. Silvery metal. That same odd metal that the dwarf did not recognize. In the center, your bullseye lantern is illuminating what appears to be a square entry chamber, and in the center of it is what appears to be a 20-foot diameter cylinder. Several passages lead off this chamber. Each of these passages are 20 feet in width, and they head off at the compass points. So if you imagine you have entered from the south, you're facing due north, there is one opposite you to the north, and then to the left and right to the east. Those are to the east and the west. It is all perfectly symmetrical. And here is a picture of that central cylinder. Inside, you notice it's quite dirty in here. The floor's dirty anyway. There's a muddy sort of substance smeared on the floor, and you do spot what appear to be a number of very old looking bones in the corners of this chamber. That appears to be, it's hard to tell. Bones, possibly molded clothing, maybe that sort of thing. Yes, yes. The bones scatter. The poor unfortunate who they belong to is long dead. Yes, Yes, in the center of the cylinder is a perfectly circular pit, and it descends as far as you can see. There's all sorts of detritus scattered around, yes. Okay. You drop the stone down the hole. After a couple of seconds, you hear a clang, indicating that this is quite deep, though it has hit the bottom. Up above you is this odd structure, also appears to be metallic, some sort of segmented doorway. It's circular as well, up at the top of the cylinder. There are no doors in here. There are 420. This is basically it's a square room, um, and at each central compass point, north, south, east, west, there's a 20-foot wide passageway leading off. The room itself is 60-foot square, and the cylinder in the center is 20 foot in diameter. Okay, okay. Whipping out your wand. Yes. Yeah. I've been. Excuse me. I've been a badly organised DM, and I've left my dice in my bag over there. I'm rolling dice, and I'm rolling hidden dice that you can't see. You've told me you're going to check the cylinder for traps. So what is your find traps percent? Okay, okay, right. Okay. Anywhere in particular on the cylinder you wish to check for traps? It's quite a big cylinder. Okay. Um, you feel quite confident that the inner walls are not trapped, though you do find some what appear to be handles on the inner walls. Yeah, yeah. There are a series of handles, um, and sort of, but not really. They are 8 feet apart, so it would be a very tall person who would be able to use these like a ladder. You don't know. You don't know. Uh, Andy, did you say that Grenville was using his wand of magic detection? Oh, sorry. Okay, I did miss that. So Okay. Okay. So rather than use for chat, rather than use the wand to detect magic, Dan, aka Hathcock, has the detect magic spell which he casts, and you do not detect any magic except what you're carrying, of course. Yes, yes. It doesn't move. It's solid. It's fixed solidly to the side of the tube. The handles. Okay. Okay. So you lower him down a little way, and after just a short distance, um, 20 feet, he notices the tube is continuing downwards, but there is an odd doorway in the northern wall, which I will show you guys. I did forget to show chat the picture of. Right, so chat, that's the cylinder they've been examining. Okay, and the doorway that oh, there it is. There it is. There is the door. Beside, yeah, beside the doorway, there is this little box with with what do look like buttons on the box. There's also this little slot in the box, and it is coloured brown. Pushing the buttons does nothing. Okay, so you lower him down a little further. Um, Keeping on lowering him further. How long is the rope you're using? 50 feet. Um, you continue lowering him to the full extent of the rope, and the cylinder just keeps on going. Okay. Okay. So poking. So yeah, you pack up the rope. While meanwhile, Grenville pokes at more bones, and with exactly the same results as before. The poor unfortunate who was once constructed with these bones no longer has any flesh and is very, very dead. Very, very dead. Yeah, you did. Yes, yes. Uh, okay. It would, if you want, if you wish to sneak, it would be using the move silently skill. Again, I will roll. I will roll on Steve skills because you always believe you're successful. But which way would you like to go? There's a 20-foot wide passageway heading east, one heading west, and there's one heading north. Okay. 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 Down this, I mean, you're looking into the corridor initially. It's 20-foot wide and appears to go straight past a number of doors that are similar to the one that the dwarf saw down the down the down the tube. But on the floor, a little way into the corridor, on the floor is are a number of bits of rags bones, and you see a purple amongst the rags and bones. You see this flash of purple, possibly a gemstone. Okay, what are you checking for traps here? Okay, so you're going to poke around the bones and rags just to make sure the area is okay. Okay. Yeah, I would imagine that you're seeing him. He's about 10 foot into the passageway, and you will be by the tube, and with the land, obviously, with you've got a bullseye lantern lit, so that will be illuminating. There. He is, yes, yes, he's human. Okay. While Iman is Iman is a little way ahead of you, and he moves forward to check the area to make sure it's safe. And as he does so, just before you stride forward, something at the corner of your eye shifts on the ceiling, and this large gliding shape falls down towards Robin. Robin, what's your armor class, please? Okay. It wraps itself. You see, as it happens after this, this was a surprise attack because it passed. I rolled surprise, and it got surprise, and it it engulfs the unfortunate thief and starts constricting. Okay, so we're going to roll for initiative. Robin, you take 6 points of damage from being constricted. And one thing that you notice is it's hard to breathe in here. Right. The rest of you, are any of you casting spells? It's like a massive manta ray. If you imagine like the wings of a manta ray, it has flopped down from the ceiling and wrapped those wings around the thief, um, squishing him tightly. Yeah, but the thief has walked out ahead of you. So, right. So is any but firstly, Iman, Robin cannot disengage. He can, if necessary, pull out a dagger to fight with. That that so is anybody casting a spell? Use a dagger. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. Yes. Yes. Okay. Okay. So you're going to cast bless. Yes, please. Yeah. 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 Okay. Okay. Right. Can we have a roll for initiative, please? And this is going to be visible, hopefully, to everybody. So, no, I'm not. No, Aman, you won't be rolling for initiative. My roll is a 1. Okay. So, with no missile attacks, we'll move straight to spells. Um, your bless spell will go off, so everybody gets the benefits of the bless. And hold monster. Get the details up. Let me know if there's any sort of limitations, saving throws, or anything like that. Yes, yes, yes. Yep, absolutely fine. Yep. Okay. Yep, yep, yep. Right. Okay. So this is the creature's shaving throw. Saving throw. Here we go. Okay. Your spell immediately causes the creature to freeze. So the creature is now unable to move, held in place. Crushing Robin. Yes, yes. No, it won't be letting go. No, exactly, exactly. So, go on then. Yes, if you wish to try and hit the creature, you will now be able to hit it automatically. You don't do what? Yeah, yeah. Okay. Give it 2 slaps because yes, you have 2 attacks this round, and it it is a large creature. Yes, it is. Yes, it is indeed. Yep. Just roll your damage. +4, isn't it? Okay. So you cut into it hard twice. It does not release its grip. Yes, it is. It is bleeding. It is bleeding. Iman, if you'd like to just roll your damage, you will do 1d3 points of damage to this. No, it's what a dagger does to large creatures. A d6 and half it, yes. 2 points. Okay. So you're inside it and you are struggling and you're getting occasional little cut. But it was held. Yeah, yeah. You are blessed, actually. Yes, yes. Yeah, yeah. Okay. Robin takes another 5 points of damage from the constriction. The creature is still held in place, so we are going to just keep moving. Yeah, we'll move to the second round of combat. Yes, and you will all get a chance to attack it with whatever you want and automatically hit because it is held in place. Yes. Yes, please. Just roll damage. Yes. Okay, so okay, it is. Yeah, it's now bleeding very heavily. Two, two. Yes. Yep. What are you hitting it with, Dan? Oh, so you should, that'll use a charge of the staff to do that. Yeah. It it's one it's 1d6. If you hit it hit something once, it's 1d6 plus 3. That uses one charge. 1d6 plus 6 uses two charges. 1d6 plus 9 uses two charges. Okay, and it's a horseman's mace, because I rule that footman's maces are two-handed weapons. So 1d4 1d4 plus 1, but you've got no strength bonus. No, it doesn't. No. Yeah, yeah, yeah. 1d4 plus 1. Plus it's a plus 2 mace though, so 1d4 plus 3. Okay. The the creature sort of shudders, but it can't do anything about its current predicament. But unfortunately, neither can the thief, who takes another 5 points of damage. It's not dead. No, it isn't dead. So we move. Is the wizard doing anything this round? You can. Yes. Hungar suggests you kick it. Hungar suggests you kick it in the nards. You've taken another 5 points of damage. Okay, so next round. This is the third round of combat, and Robin has been stuck in there since the surprise segments at the start. So he's now been in there. This will be the third round he's in there. You can, yes. The brave dwarf slices the creature down its center, and it splits open, lifeless. And lucky for Robin, he had a few gasps of air left in his lungs. He is smeared in the creature's blood and digestive juices. He doesn't smell very pleasant, and he looks a bit bruised. In AD&D, cure light wounds is 1d8. 2d4 plus 2. 2d4 plus 2. I think, is it? Oh no. Let me just check. I might be getting the wrong version of D&D for potions of healing. Just bear with me. Bear with me. Different versions of D&D, different amounts. Yes, yes. Just let me check. Yeah, 2d4 plus 2. 2d4 plus 2 for a potion of healing. Okay, I'll let you. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So you'll quaff a potion of healing. You'll heal 2d4 plus 2. Yeah, yeah. You can roll it. Yeah, of course you can. Yes, it does. Yes, that's what that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So you're rummaging through the innards of the creature. Um, Sadly, it doesn't appear to have fed too recently, which might be why it was so keen to feast on the thief. So you find you, yeah, you have, yeah. You find nothing of value in the bits of the corpse that you carve up. Um, Beneath the corpse, you still have the bits of rags, the bones, and that purple gem. You don't. Again, it's odd. Um, it's you've never seen a gem. It looks like a gem, but you've never seen one this shape. It's roughly 3 inches by 2 inches in size. It's quite slender and appears to be made of some form of mineral or even some reinforced glass. It's You've not seen anything like this before? No, no. Okay. The hall you're looking down is the one that is the Western Hall. It is 20 feet wide and continues for about 60 feet before turning right, which is north, whereupon it narrows to 10 feet wide. Lining the hall, you see five more of those doors, which have the little boxes next to them. These block boxes have black markings on them, and but one of the doors is wedged open. There's another one of the doors at the end of the passageway as well, for to make six closed doors, but one of the doors is wedged open. Left. But no, you went north into that first 60 by 60 room. Then you took the left hand passage, which is the one you're looking down at the moment. And this is the one that's lined, yeah. And this passage goes for 60 feet, where it's 20 feet wide, and then turns right and narrows to 10 feet wide. So it turns to the north and goes to 10 feet wide at that point. But there are a number of doors fairly equally spread on either side of the passage. And what there are six closed doors, three on the southern passage, and one on the one at the end facing you. And there's two closed ones on the northern side, but the one in the middle, the third one, the one in the middle, the central one, is wedged open. No, we haven't looked up the narrow passage yet. The narrow passage is at the end of this corridor, so the corridor turns north. So imagine it goes along like that and then turns north. Yes, in the west passage. Yes. Okay. Peeking in. Okay. Peeking into the one that is propped open, um, your your lantern reveals a small square chamber. Um, it appears to be made of the same metallic substance as the as all the corridors that you've seen so far, and but this one is it's filthy and it looks like it's been ransacked. There's there is a broken skeleton on the floor. There are bits of rags scattered around, um, and there are broken pieces of what may have been metallic tools, but it's hard to make out what they were. All of these are now tarnished, heavily tarnished with age. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. 17. So it's yeah, it's a lengthy unseen servant. Yes. Yes. A nearly 3 hour unseen servant. Okay. Do you let the unseen servant scratch the dwarf's back before it goes to work? Yes. Yes, it has a gentle but firm touch, this unseen servant, and yeah, that itch on your back is relieved very quickly. After 3 hours, he gets to take a break as mandated by the Unseen Servants Union. Okay, okay. For those who've just joined, by the way, I'm just going to have a quick chat with chat. For those who've just joined, it's not just that my players are being shy. I didn't announce it in Discord as a public game, but I just thought it would be fun to broadcast me DMing it for people, so you can't hear them. But I will relay things that they're saying to you guys when I feel fit. But thank you for joining the stream. Um, they can't hear you, Iman. They can't. Just to let you know, the players in the game, we have Straw Piglet playing the part of Deinonychus. Deinonychus is. I am running Barrier Peaks, Ernie. Yes. Deinonychus is a dwarven fighter. Iman is Robin, a human thief. Andy is Grenville, a human magic user. Robin Cutpurse. Yes, I know. Um, I didn't write down the other surnames. Dan is Hathcock, a human cleric. In Discord, no one can hear you scream. Ernie, the reason for this is I had a little vote on the channel about a month ago, and I listed 4 modules I'd never run that I don't tend to rate too highly, and this was one of the ones listed, and it won the vote by a land. It I did. It's my own fault. Yes, it's my own fault. It's my own fault, Iman. Yes, yes. Right. So yeah, your unseen servant is poking around the trash in this room, and there are bits of an fragments of an odd material. Um, it looks it's white. It might be ivory, but its edges are quite smooth. There are bits of metal and bits of rag, but nothing of any. Nothing looks usable. Nothing intact. Nothing you see of any interest, of any value. I mean, there are those little those white fragments of an odd substance. It looks, yeah, the skeletons do look human, but they're certainly human sized, and the skulls of the skeletons are human shaped. No, people now know the nature of this adventure, but they're playing into it. They're playing into it early. So you've got those 5 other doors in this corridor that have got the little black marked panels next to them, and there's another door towards it at the end of the corridor on the western wall, um, which is also has also you're gonna pushing the black box does nothing. It doesn't move. What was your what was your apprentice's name, and describe how he came to grief? Curly hair. Woohoo! So he developed Tourette's as a result of a failed lightning bolt spell. Cool. Yes. Pressing another little black marked box has the same effect, as in nothing happens. It won't move. Nothing. You hear no rumbles from anywhere. Nothing appears to happen. Okay. Okay. So the unseen servant is skittling around, prodding things, with the exact same result as the dwarf. Okay. Okay. There doesn't appear to be anywhere where you can get any form of purchase for the iron spike. This metal it's been shaped so fine that there's no gaps to jam the spike in to pry it open. You're rubbing the purple gem on the black bits. Nothing nothing happens. It's slim, it's slender. It's measures 2 foot high, 3 by 2. The gem is purple. The slots are black. It does seem the same size, yes. Yes, all of these black marked boxes have slots in them. Yes, they do. So you in which one of these six that you've seen? The first one. Okay. So this is the one beside the room that you went in. Um, I I have a vast popping up telling me something. Go away. Trying to sell me something. Um, you you push the gem into the slot, and it feels like something grabs the gem out of your hand as the gem is pulled into the slot. There's a click, a psh, as the door slides open, and the gem pops out again. You can have whatever accent you want for the thief. Yeah, yeah. Okay. Right. You pull your sword out. The light from your bullseye lantern reveals a similar room to the one you went in before. It's also 20 by 20, and it also looks like it's been ransacked. There are remnants of a couple of skeletons scattered across the floor, pieces of rags. You could possibly assume that they're clothing or bedding, whatever. It's beyond use, beyond any form of use now. It's just old, dirty bits of rag. There's also various shards of metal, and there is a what appears to have been a metallic cabinet that has been turned over, and all the drawers have been pulled out of it. Okay. 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 Still no dwarven skeletons. No, no gnome ones either. These are all human-sized skeletons. So your unseen servant is poking around in the room, wrestling with the. Well, you assume it's wrestling with the cabinet. You can't see it, but the cabinet is being sort of pushed and pulled, and it looks like the drawers have been pulled out of this cabinet at some point. There's no sign of the drawers. It's a shell of the cabinet. But again, there appears to be nothing of any immediate use to you. It's metal. That same strange metal that You've certainly never mined before. Hello, Yawong. You're going to smack it with your sword. A little bonk on the door with a hammer. Okay. So you bonk on the door with a hammer. There is a loud clang, followed by a whoop, 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 whoop. And the whooping continues. Whoop, 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 whoop. I'm expecting. The whooping is coming from all around you, from the walls, from the ceiling. It's that noise is coming from all around you. Okay, so okay, yeah. Okay. Okay, so you move back towards the that first room. You're only at 30 feet from it, so it's as you're moving towards the center of the room, you think you see movement. Something appears to be heading towards you from the eastern corridor. It's odd. It looks like it's a metallic golem with tentacles, and it appears to be floating. And it's got what appear to be luminescent gemstones set into its head that are flashing at quite a rapid pace. And I'm just going to show you another picture. So if you're about to get a picture appearing, I'll show live stream, but it's gonna appear in the Barrier Peaks chat. But that is what is approaching. And for chat, if I can find it, it's heading for your current position. And at this moment, I'm going to call a 5-minute break, as we're at the center. We're at the middle of the session while I find the picture for chat and people get a chance to grab themselves a drink and and recycle some drink. Yes, yes. Chat, that is what is approaching. It's floating, yes. Yeah, it appears to be levitating. It is an ugly golem, isn't it? A very ugly golem, very misshapen. The wizard that built that is clearly it's clearly disturbed. But I need I need a 5 minute break to grab a drink. So chat, I'm hoping you're enjoying this. We're just gonna have 5 minutes, and I'm just gonna grab myself a drink. So I'll be back. Oh, you can chat in chat if you wish. Ha. So chat, I've just muted myself in Discord so that only you can hear me talking now. My players can only hear me talking if they're watching the stream, which might confuse them a little bit because the stream will be delayed. Hope you're enjoying it at the moment. This is an odd adventure for me. It's taken me a while to prepare it and get my head around it. Thank you, Slan. I have used your maps. I can hear myself talking, so someone's got the stream on. Straw Piglet's got the stream on. I can hear myself talking to his so so Yeah, it's taken me a while to prepare it. It's been a little odd. I've had to get my head around quite a lot of the bits and bobs in it because, as you know, I'm not a fan of sci-fi. I last watched an episode of Doctor Who 40 years ago, and the last Star Wars film I watched was The Phantom Menace. So there you go. That's right. But I will say, I will say, I am quite enjoying running it, even if I don't feel it. Um, the map is hideous. Thank you, Slan, for sorting all that out because otherwise I couldn't have done this without. I tried to decipher the original map, and my old eyes can't see it. It's too small. It's awful. But with the use of Slan's map, I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right. Right. Chat. Iman has just said he's glad that you lot can't hear him. Chatting shit. Yeah, 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 yeah. What you can't hear in chat are the accents that they're putting on. Andy is speaking in a Yorkshire accent, and Iman has decided to adopt the accent of a character from Skyrim. So, oh, it's a race in Skyrim. Right, okay. Right. Okay. Yes. Okay. So it's a very politically incorrect accent these days. Okay. Right. Has everybody emptied their bladder, got drinks, everything? Okay. You didn't. You. I'm glad chat can't hear that, Daniel. It's not. It's not a pic. It's not a picture I want them conjuring. Hey, right. So we are going to resume. Um, right, we're going to resume. So this golem. Um, it's the flashing gemstones in the front of what appears to be its head fix on your location, and it's just hovering, and its tentacles are waving a little bit, and then this noise comes from it. A it stopped. It stopped about 20 feet from you. Yeah, it's hovering and it's whatever that noise is, it's indecipherable. So it has stopped, yeah. So you send your unseen servant forward. Um, and you unseen what do you want your unseen servant to do? Just prod it. Okay. So you hear this. So you hear this. Oh, what are you doing then, Dan? Yeah, what are you doing? Okay, okay. Uh, an hour. I'm not sure in AD&D. Just let me check the duration of bless for you. Um, let, let's. Oh no, your bless has expired. It's only 6 melee rounds in AD&D because it's only a first level spell. The bless has expired. Yeah, that is true. Okay. So you cast protection from evil, and also you hear this dink, dink, dink from beneath the golem, and dink, 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 and this the golem sort of is spinning around a little bit, um, and then it fixes its gaze on your group again, and it's fixing its gaze on Hathcock. It looks like it's heard your voice, and you hear this whoop 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 whoop, and then there's a noise. You feel something. You feel something strike your chest. Um, could you make a saving throw for me, please, Daniel? So just roll me a d20. Oh, 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 oh. That is ugly. That is very ugly. Even with your nice bonuses, you feel your limbs freeze in place, and you are unable to move. You rush it and try to hack it. Okay, shall we roll for initiative, please? Only you don't need. You get to go twice anyway in the first round because of your 3 attacks every 2 rounds. But this initiative roll will count for everybody else. Six. Okay. Um. Yes, you still get to go first. So yes, you rush it. Because yeah, you get 3 attacks every 2 rounds. Oh wow, wow, excellent. No, we don't. We I know, Dan. I know. I know. No, the whooping isn't coming. It's whooping the all around you. There's still that whoop 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 noise. No, no, it's not coming from this thing. No, this, this is making noises. Okay, so you're going to strike it. Assuming it's yeah, it is medium sized. Yes, yes. Yep. Okay, your blade appears to bounce off something in front. Yeah, it appears to bounce off something in front of the golem. And there's a little sort of fizzing noise as it does so. Bzzzt. If it does have some form of magical shield, you can't see it. But you attack. I mean, it rocked in the air as you struck it, so there was definitely an impact there, but something prevented your blade from striking it. Right. So the golem gets to go next, and it's been attacked by an angry little alien thing wielding a sword. So it's going to turn its attention to this alien thing, angry little alien thing, and you hear this whoop 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 pew, again. Can you make a saving throw versus paralysis, please? Okay. You Even though you felt you resisted the worst of the effect, your limbs still stiffen. Yeah. So the golem has had its turn. It's your turns now. Yes. Movement, then missiles, then spells, then melee. Yeah. Well, you're in the 60 by 60 room again. You're in the 60 by yeah. Its attention is I will if you wish to get behind it, I will require you to make a hide in shadows check because it is dark in here, and you'll have to spend one round hiding and maneuvering yourself to present yourself. Yeah. Okay. Tell me your hide in shadows ability. Okay. Okay. So you slip into one of the dark corners of the room and believe you're moving. At the moment, the dwarf cannot move. Even your mouth can't move. Um, Andy, what would your wizard like to do? Just stopped. Yeah, just stopped. Yes, yes. He can't. No, he can't. He can't tell whether you made or failed your save. Yeah. What's the saving throw to a player character? Yep, yep. Yeah, I mean, you okay. So what's the cast? Is that a single round casting time? Is it 6 segments? Okay, yeah. So as long as it's not more than a round, 3 segments. Okay, yeah. As long as it's not more than a round, it will happen this round before before yeah. Okay. You cast your dispel magic, um, and it has no discernible effect. No, but yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Sorry. Yes. Okay. So we do move on to the next round. The dwarf is stuck in place. The cleric is stuck in place. Um, are either the other two of you doing anything that you need to declare to me before we roll initiative? Yeah. Okay. Okay. Andy? Glenville? Well, no, we're on to the next round now. Yeah. Oh, okay. Okay. You are, yeah, yeah. Last round you moved behind the golem. You believed you were unseen by it. Um, okay, okay, okay. All right. Yeah. Whoever wants to roll initiative, yeah. Let's have an initiative roll. Okay. Both got sixes. Yes. So we are tied. We are tied. So, um, who's going to be sort of quicker? I'd say the thief's action here. Um, no, no. So you're going to try attempt to backstab it. Okay, okay. Yep, yep. Okay. I'll let you make an attack roll first. Go on. Okay. That's a D12. Yeah, yeah. Okay. 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 So you sneak up. You believe you're sneaking up behind it with your magical short sword in hand, and you lunge for it and attempt to drive your short sword into the back of this golem. At which point, it spins around to face you. And it will have its attack on you. Um, and then the spell will go off. So I want Andy. Then you should describe the effects of your spell afterwards. Exactly what you want to do with it. Right. You can, if you're casting Wall of Fire, you can bend it around a creature, but there is a singeing effect for anyone who's close to the wall. So the singeing effect will affect both the dwarf and the thief, but it'll only be a small amount of damage. Is it? So it's about 1d6 or 2d6 damage or something to anyone who's within 5 feet. Yep. Yes. Yes. Oh. Okay. Yep. Yep. That's fine. Okay. That's fine. Yeah. Yep. Right. Just for everyone in chat, what Andy's wanting to do is wrap a cylindrical wall of fire around the golem, and according to the wording of the spell, only the side away from the caster causes the singeing effect. Thus, the characters will not be affected by it, which that's absolutely fine by me. But before that, it's not going to get a chance to power up whatever it's been powering up. So it's going to flail at you with its two arms because it's spun round. Yeah, yeah. Which gives it two attacks, one of which will hit you, one of which does not. Yeah, yeah. Yes, yes. And the flailing arm causes 8 points of damage. At which point, Andy, your character's spell goes off. Is there a saving throw? It's for half damage, isn't it, I believe? I think. Saving throw none. Okay, okay. And you do 2d6 plus 11, you say? Yes, please. Okay. Oh, AD&D and its spell descriptions, marvellous. Yes. Yeah. Oh, yes, they're lovely, aren't they? We're just checking up the duration of the spell because it says special. We do. We had 29 at one point. So 6 have got fed up of my rambling and not be able to hear you lot. But hey ho. Hello, chat. How are you all doing? I'm rolling it. It's a side. If it's a cylinder, it's a side. The side closest to the mage, and he's wrapping it round. So I'm coming on erring on the generous side of the description there. I think that's it. So I'm quite happy to do that. Quite happy to do that. Okay. Okay, so you're keeping it up there, and just sort of going. Okay. Right. So this. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. You narrowly missed it. It appeared to deflect you away. It picked up your movement somehow and reacted to you. Not that you know of. Not that you know of. It seemed to be aware of you. Okay. You can, yeah. Yeah. Yes, yes, yes. You can move it with whatever you've encased. Yes. Okay. So let's have the next. Obviously, the mage. You're going to be concentrating on keeping this um, wall of fire going. Iman, what's Robin doing? Well, it certainly was until this big cylinder of fire engulfed it. It's now. You are about 5 feet away, and it's hot. Okay. 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 So the way we're going to do this, then we're going to go on initiative, and if the golem attempts to move out of the fire, um, and you win initiative, you'll be able to preempt its movement. If you lose initiative, it'll be able to move out of the fire, and then on your turn, you'll be able to move the cylinder with it. So here we go. Yeah, it does move quite quickly. It does move. It's capable of moving quicker than you are. So yeah, it's it sounds like there's an alarm going off in it at the moment, and it's still making that sort of noise. But there's also a beep 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 from it, and you can see as it sort of emerges from your cylinder of fire that its metallic outer casing is starting to singe. There's a blackening to it. But then there is a different sort of whoop as as it stops about it surges out, at the thief, whoop, and then there's a pew noise, and this what looks like a bolt of coloured lightning shoots from one of its appendages in the direction of the thief. Oh yeah, that'll hit. That will hit. Um, oh yeah, yeah. So can you make me a saving throw, please? Let me have a little look. Oh, you've okay. Okay. I will say that's a pass on the save. The bolt of colourful lightning strikes into you for 13 points of damage. But your armor, oh, my connection appears to have just wobbled. That's better. Your armor appears to absorb that damage. You don't take the damage. However, I would like you to make another saving throw, please. Okay. No, your armor's okay. Your armor is okay. Yeah, somehow your leather armor has managed to deflect this bolt. We have a new member. Hello, David. Hello. I didn't fall asleep. Just a chat. Dan's making himself dinner while he's paralyzed. Right. So, Iman, you said you were getting the hell out of there. Okay, so you're backing into the corner of one of the rooms. I'm assuming it's going to be a fighting withdrawal because you're not looking at trying to move too far. So I will allow you. I will allow you to do that. But Andy, Grenville is moving the shaft, the big cylinder of fire, onto the robot again. So can you roll me damage again, please? Okay. Right. There is like a sort of noise, and now you can see that there's a definite carbonization of the metal on the outside of this robot. Oops. Gollum, the outside of this golem. That's my first slip up. Gollum. That's my first slip up. It's only taken 2 hours and 15 minutes before I've slipped up. I've been doing quite well with the description so far. I do apologize everyone in chat. Good. You missed it. Right. Okay. So no, don't. With it encased in the cylinder of fire once again, please declare what you would like to do. I will move the fire. Yes, I will move the fire. And Yeah, 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 yeah. Okay, okay. Yes. So I'm assuming you're about 30 feet from it, and you've wrapped it in this fire, and you're just moving to keep it that distance. So Iman, what does Robin want to do this round? He's managed to get a little bit away from the golem, um, to a slightly cooler part of the. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. It is. Yes, it is. Yes. I'm gonna say if you strike it, you will take damage from the wall of fire. Yeah. You can slingshot it. Okay. Okay. Yes. Yes. Right. 1d4 plus one. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So roll for your initiative, then, please. So missiles go first, and before the golem. Yes, you have to roll to hit. Yes. 15. You get plus. Or what's your dexterity? 16, isn't it? So you have plus one to hit. So 16 hits armor class 0 for a thief of your level, which is a miss. I'm not telling you what its armor class is. I'm not telling you what its armor class is. Okay, but it hasn't managed to get out of the cylinder of flames this round. So, Andy, if you'd like to roll your damage, please. Ooh, okay, okay. You can you can see some of its appendages starting to. It's not just blackening now; it's glowing with the heat, and there is a fizzing and a buzzing and a clanging and a crunching sound, and it goes. And it hits the ground with an almighty clang and topples over. Okay. Um, After a couple of minutes, the dwarf begins to get a little bit of motion back in his fingers. Um, but the cleric is still frozen in place. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yes, he does. Yeah. No. 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 And that's the part you drink through. Yes, yes. Right. So the the cylinder of fire is still wrapped around the golem, but through the flames, Grenville will be aware, even though he can't cast it, of a spell known as Shocking Grasp, and it looks like that spell is emanating from parts of the golem's body as little bursts of shocking spit from various creases in the metal, various joints. You can, if you want to take damage from the wall of fire that's still there. Still too hot. Still too hot. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No. His own limbs, or the cleric's limbs. Okay. How long? You're getting a free massage. How long do you wish to massage the cleric for? And until he starts moving. Okay. Okay. Um, yes, mate. You've just got a DM cam. I do have players who are leading into it very nicely. Um, so you've told me you've told me you're going to keep massaging until Halfcock starts moving. You're massaging away. You're massaging away and applying gentle pressure to the cleric's extremities. Um, oh, a proper bang, 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 bang along all his muscles. Okay, okay. What's your constitution? Massaging is hard work. Massaging is hard work. Yes, mage. Yes, yes. His name is Hathcock. Hathcock. But so there we go. Massaging half cock. I'm going to get demonetized. I haven't monetized the stream anyway, so it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Right. So I'm going to massaging is hard work. So I'm going to say you can keep up full-blooded massage for 17 minutes with 17 Constitution, and your hands, your wrists are starting to really ache when finally, after it's approaching 17 minutes of hard massage, you see a twitch. Daniel Hathcock wakes, and you felt for this entire time you felt your limbs being pummeled by the dwarf, trying to beat life into your paralyzed limbs. But you felt it all. You have felt every single bit of this, but now it is beginning to work by the looks of things. But yeah, your limbs are sore because this has been going on for 17 minutes. Of imagine a dwarf giving a massage. It's not going to be gentle, and he's not an intelligent dwarf either. He's not an intelligent dwarf, and neither is he wise or particularly dexterous. And he's got very, very high strength. Yes, he's got exceptional strength. So um say sorry, no sorry, and I initially put it as an AM rather than a PM start. So I do apologize for anyone who thinks who thought this was going to start at a different time. You other players are welcome to join next week's session, but we've only got half an hour left of this one. So yeah, there are still 3 other PCs already created, and should any die, I will create more up until a maximum of 15. So that's the way we're going to play it. So everybody appears to be functional again, but the cleric has very sore legs, very bruised legs. Okay, so yeah, by now the wall of fire will have ceased, and there's this fizzing lump of glowing red hot metal lying on the floor. Its 2 unusual arms are by its side. The gems in its forehead are no longer flashing, and the 2 tentacles are just contorted in rather pathetic knots. But it is glowing red hot. It hasn't cooled down. You can try and hit it. The flame has ceased. Which rooms? The ones down the passageway you were exploring before? Or okay. So oh, Iman, if you're watching the stream, you'll see something appear on stream in a moment. It is the brew. Yes, it is the brew. Right. The Nononicus, the corridor you were examining before looks as it did before. You've explored 2 of the rooms on the northern wall. There are still 4 unopened doors. All of them have got the little black slotted boxes next to them, and the corridor, as you know, at the end bends northwards and narrows. So you're going for the third one on the north wall along. Okay. This room is identical to the previous two in size and shape. Your little purple gem thing does exactly the same in this slot as it did before. And the door opens, and it reveals another square 20 by 20 metallic room. Once again, the fact that he's metallic is immediately evident to you as your lantern dances off the metal walls, and you can see that this room, there's no sign of any skeletons on the floor of this one, but it has also clearly been looted, as there are several more cabinets that have been, these look like they've been pulled down off the walls, and the carcasses of the cabinets lie on the floor. Some of them are a little bent and twisted, others they're all somewhat tarnished. There's like a dirty residue around them, and some of the drawers are still lying on the floor that were in the cabinet, and these are also smeared in the dirty residue. It's it's dried. It's a greeny brown color. Um, it's it does look, like it could be dirt, but it's hard to tell. It's hard to tell because it has dried and caked on to the pieces, the hunks of metal that lie on the floor. The ceiling appears to be the cleanest part of the room. It's still untarnished metal. But as you're sort of scanning around the ceiling, you do see there is a button beside the doorway you didn't see when you came in. Yes, yes. You don't remember seeing them, but you didn't look, and you didn't look up in those rooms. But and this button, it appears to be, there's a little square panel. Again, it's metallic, and the button is circular. You press the button. There's a little from the ceiling, and you see the ceiling is slid slightly open, revealing a what appears to be a white quarterstaff attached to the ceiling, which then flickers and then lights the room with the potency of a continual light spell. Do you have a way of getting 12 feet up to the ceiling? You can, yes, yes, you can. Grim? Okay. So who's climbing on the dwarf's shoulders? Robin, Robin. Iman, you there? Have you disappeared? I can hear you now. Yes, I can hear you. We couldn't hear you, Iman. Discord playing up. Yeah, yeah. Okay. So I'm not going to ask for any sort of climb rolls here because the dwarf is a sturdy individual and he's strong. Yeah. 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 Yes. Yeah. Yeah. So you balance quite easily on the shoulders of the dwarf and reach up to the quarterstaff that's attached to the ceiling. Um, are you going to try and get it down, or what are you going to try and do? Okay. So you tug at it, and there's a bzzzt, 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 bzzzt. It's still lit. The continual light is still working. Okay. Chat, the dwarf has just claimed to be very wise. So you're giving up with this room. You're giving up with this room. Okay. Which room would you like to look at? There are three. Well, there's three on the south wall, and there's one on the western wall before the passageway bends to the north. Okay, so this is the first one on the south wall. Okay. Just let me get the slan map up again. Right. Once again, the little purple rectangular gem slips into the black slot quite easily. The slot seems to take it from the hand. There's a noise followed by and it spits the gem back out again. And the door slides open. This room that it reveals, once again, it's in darkness. It's slightly larger than the two previous rooms. I do apologize for my connection. Yeah, my StreamYard appears to be playing up. It's 20 foot wide, but it's a little over 30 foot in length. And the far wall, the southern wall, appears to be slightly curved. This room, though, is also filled with general detritus. It looks like it must have been a bunk room of some sort. There are 3 bunks stacked one above the other, and lying on each bunk is a skeleton dressed in rags. This room doesn't appear to have been looted as the others were, but the skeletons, as with the previous skeletons, appear to be long dead, and the rags are beyond any use at all. Okay. Okay. So with the servant prodding around, nothing springs into life. There's nothing. There are no shocks. The bones are in a very, very poor shape. They are extremely desiccated, and what's left of their clothing are just brittle rags. You can have a search for secret doors. Okay. Okay. Any particular part of the room you'd like to search for secret doors? Any particular part of the room you'd like to search for secret doors? I say it's roughly 30 foot deep, 20 feet wide. The far wall, the southern wall, is slightly curved, and there's a triple bunk in here. Okay. The far wall is clearly metallic, as with the rest of the place, and appears to be completely solid. Okay, searching near the bunk. There's a little bit of detritus on the floor. There appears there's a little, looks like a little white circle. But no, it's about the size of a silver coin. But it's made of a white chalky substance. No, it's on the floor, lying on the floor in the detritus at the foot of one of the bunks. As you pick it up, it crumbles into a white dust. You're going to taste it. You're going to taste it. Okay. Okay. It's got a really chalky sort of texture to it, but you get a hint of, just a hint, I mean, due to age, whatever flavour it had has faded over time. But there's a hint of beef. Beef. Okay. Cold water. Yeah. Um, the water absorbs into the chalky powder, and it does bring out a little aroma, and that aroma is it's slightly meaty. Okay, moving on. Moving on. Right. Okay. Okay. It's tiny. It was the size of a silver piece, and it all broke up, so it's very small. Um, probably a you, you could put a little the powder into the palm of your hand, and it would be about two thumbnail sizes. But it's now wet. It's been turned into white beef soup. Okay, going to move along to the next room and push the card in. Okay. Um, Once again, the little black slot angrily gobbles up your flat purple gemstone thing, and with a bit more of a grind this time. The door slides open. There's a bit more friction to this one, um, and again, it reveals a room that's in darkness, but the light of your bullseye lantern reveals this room is almost square. It's this room's 30 feet wide, where the others have been 20-foot wide, and it's roughly 30 feet in depth. But again, the far wall is curved. Um, this 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 room looked like it had some form of table in the middle of it. The table, the top of the table is now lying on the floor. The legs of the table are broken underneath it, and they appear to be made of that ivory like substance that you saw earlier on. It's white, but it has tarnished over time. The table itself was circular. Beside, you kick the table. Okay. So the table is. Oh, you flip the table. It's surprisingly light and doesn't feel like ivory to the touch. And underneath it, you see what appear to be the remains of several chairs made of the same substance. These looked like they They were somewhat curved around the edges, but they've been pressed flat underneath the table. Moving on. Okay. Okay, so you're moving on to the third door along on this southern wall. Um, this room is lined with what looked to have been um, wardrobes or cabinets. They are all metallic. The the metal has bent and bowed quite considerably, and judging by the piles of rags that are on the floor, it looks like they once held clothing. Some of the rags have been pulled out from the bottom of the cabinets, and there's no sign of the cabinet doors. Okay, searching through the rags, you find there is what appears to be an odd piece of fabric that has kept its color. Um, it's a little more solid than the rest of the fabric, a little thicker, and it's got what appears to be. I mean, it was black. It's faded a little now. But in the center of it is this white circle. Looks to be embroidered. No, it's just all it is. It's like a diamond shape. It was. You can tell it's a it's a grayish color now, but it was black at one point, and there's this white circle in the center. Possibly, possibly. You poke the white part. What with? Your finger goes straight through it. It's brittle as anything. You now have you now have a piece of fabric on your index finger, about 3 or 4 inches long, 2 or 3 inches wide, in a diamond shape, and your finger's stuck straight through the middle of it. It's still in one piece. It's just your finger is stuck through the white ring in the center. Okay, put the fabric in your pocket. Fine. Okay. All that is left of the doors you can see is the one at the end of this corridor. Um, And if you move to that one, you are able to see up the corridor that runs to the north. And assuming your lantern, you shine your lantern up there, you can see that corridor goes about 40 feet. There are another couple of doors with these small boxes beside them, and then the corridor bends again to the left. But as you shine your lantern up there, something small ducks away in the distance. You couldn't make out what it was. And that's where we'll end this week's session. Oh, that was Ernie popping in to say hello. I actually I enjoyed that. I enjoyed that. I enjoyed the fact it's taken it. And in the first 3 hours, you've probably explored 5% of this level. Wow. 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 Sorry, Connie. David, I intentionally didn't have the players on stream because I didn't advertise it as a streamed game for the players in Discord, and this is the first game I've ever run for a group live online, so I just wanted you to see my pain in doing so. Just wanted you to see my pain, and I've actually quite enjoyed it so far. I can tell you, I've enjoyed running it more than I enjoyed preparing it. It's a shit of a module. It's a shit of a module to prepare. An absolute shit of a module to prepare. The map is horrid. Thank you again, Slan, for making those much more readable maps. Because without those, I'd have been screwed. But chat seemed to be quite happy. Yes, Slan. I was originally going to run it using the original maps as much as possible, but I couldn't. I just couldn't do it. I can't see well enough. But it was almost like a reaction video at times, almost because it was you saw me laughing along to what the players were saying, and they generally behaved themselves. They mostly behaved themselves. Did you enjoy? Did you enjoy it, players? I'm sorry 2 of you got paralyzed in that combat, but that was a nice use of a wall of fire, Andy. I thought that was a really good use of that spell. Yeah, yeah. Nutty wants me to define Daniel behaving himself. Daniel, how would you define you behaving yourself? Daniel, are you alive? In fact, he might have conked out now. He might have conked out. Hi, Daniel, if you're still there, just let us know. Let us know. But no. Is that? So yeah, Straw Piglet has just revealed to us over Discord that in every OSE game he's now played, OSE or old school or Axe or anything like that, he's played in our Discord so far. He's ended up massaging a paralyzed character at some point. Yeah, yeah. To give you an idea of how painful it will have been for the cleric who was being massaged, the dwarf has 1811 strength, 5 intelligence, 9 wisdom, and 11 dexterity. He's not a he's not going to be he's not going to be subtle. He's not going to be gentle. It's 1811 strength. So yeah, there's power in those stumpy fingers. No, no, no. Right. Anyway, I've got work tomorrow. I haven't got to start work till 1 o'clock. But I'm not going to run this stream on much longer. I'm really pleased with how well this has gone. So I think what should we same again next week? Okay. Okay. If you're in chat at the moment and you like the sound of that game, I have 3 more pre-made, pre-generated characters: a paladin, a fighter mage, and a fighter thief. They are available. So if anybody wants to join in and you've liked the way how this has sounded, you are more than welcome to join. I will do a Mage's Musing style contrived entrance, and you can just come and join the party. So it's completely up to you. I'll start it again at the same time next week, 9 p.m. my time. We'll run till about midnight again. It's 4 minutes past midnight my time at the moment. We'll run for about 3 hours. It'll be the same sort of thing. I can't get no. I mean, how much would it cost me to get your boss to pay your boss to be off for the afternoon? Sorry, Jeb, but I'm not wealthy. I'm not wealthy. Hello, Kabuki. Yeah, we're just signing off. Yeah, Kabuki's joined us just as we're signing off because it's pumpkin time. It's pumpkin time. But you are, if you're in chat and I recognize your name and you've been behaving yourself tonight, you can join in. So, and even if you can't make the start of the session, if you want to join in at 10 o'clock, an hour into the session, I'll let you in. This isn't designed to contrived entrances work. I'll wing it. I'll swing it somehow. No, they work. His contrived entrances work. Of course, of course. Everyone behaved, Nutty. Everyone behaved. And one thing I am gonna I am gonna reiterate. I did mention it at the start, but I don't think everyone was there. Chat. If you come up with a devious idea you want me to incorporate and inflict on the players in chat, I'll consider it. And you don't even have to bribe me with you. Yeah, Imam was like, make chat pay for this. I'm like, no. I'm not a slave to your money. If I like your idea, then you got stuck in the pub, Hermie. Yeah, there are worse places. So yeah, if you come up with any ideas that you want me to inflict on the players that fit this adventure, that fit what's been going on, then what? Oh yeah, if you're in Discord and you come up with an idea, ping me with it in Discord. That's a good idea. So if you're in my Discord, ping me with these with any ideas you might have, and I'll try and work them in. I'll try and work them in. But no, I seriously thought we might have a bit of an issue when you were fighting that that golem thing. And then Andy's spell saved the day. And you were lucky. You were lucky because you didn't reduce it to 0 hit points. You short circuited it. Short circuited it. Yep. Yes. Yeah, it is. Yeah. 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 That is part of the rules of this adventure. Yeah. 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 Hmm. Melted from the inside. Hard reboot, indeed. Yes. Maybe the new characters could be rejected by the cleaning robots and dumped with the garbage. Yes, there we go. Yes, yes, yes. I've never read anything to do with Gamma World, so I have no idea what the Gamma World mutations are like. But oh, lovely, oh, lovely. No straw piglet. Then I don't want them to think of really good magic items. You'll get what's in the adventure. You get what you're given. You get what you're given. Yeah, 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 yeah. But and for Slan, they've done encounter areas 1 and 2, and 6 of the unmarked rooms. There you go. So there we are. There we are. Right. I'm going to head off now. Thank you guys for playing. Thank you, chat, for making it entertaining. I hope you've enjoyed it. It was an odd experiment. I didn't know how it would go with just me streaming, me DMing, and the players going in my ears, and whether I could cope with the players going in my ears and reading chat at the same time. We seem to have done okay. So I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope I've put my money where my mouth is in terms of running a game. It seems to have entertained people, which is good. So cheers all. If you're not part of the Discord, when I come off the stream tonight, I will paste my usual links into the blurb at the bottom of the video, so the Discord link will be in there. Right, so I'm going to end this stream in 3, 2, 1. Whoop 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 whoop.